this is like fun with other, running friends. So I'm like, I'm going to do it because I knew it would put me in a good mood.
You are my BRF.
What's happening, Eric?
There for your victory lap.
Yeah.
Whoa!
How did that happen?
How did you do that?
And all of a sudden I go to zip it up and I'm like, why is the zipper in the front right now? 0 out of 10 on the recommendation scale.
I am literally crying from laughter and from so much like love. Oh my God.
It's like icing off for your cornhole.
And he just smashed Arnie like that and said, you stay out of this, Arnie. And like,
But I don't run to stay sober. I get to run because I can.
And there she was, a halo over her head.
No, it's not very true. Okay. And he steps to the side and just gestures. Here's the tinkle pot. I don't need to tinkle.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody? And welcome to episode 151 of the On the Runs podcast. Currently, as you're listening, I'm on a beach somewhere chasing 4-year-olds around and not getting any time to relax, I'm sure. Erika is likely still in hibernation. As we've said before, winter in the Northeast has arrived. Today, we got something a little different, a little fun. We're going to answer some of your questions that you submitted to us on Instagram and social media, in the comments, and a few of you even slid into our DMs. But first, before we get to all the fun, hard-hitting questions like, do you brush your teeth before breakfast? Does Pterodactyl's name really start with a P? And will he ever put a ring on it? I must say hello to my kick-ass rockstar of a co-host, 6-star Erika. What's up?
Who the hell asked that question? Was it you? Oh man, I'm doing great.
Nobody actually asked that question. That was just part of my intro. Those 3 questions were actually not asked. So let's answer them right now. Question number 1. Do you brush your teeth in the morning before you eat breakfast?
Yes, because I don't eat breakfast right away.
Ew, you're not a breakfast person?
I don't eat it right away. I brush my teeth while I'm still at home, obviously, and I eat breakfast in the car on the way to work.
So how long, if you brush your teeth, how long do you have to go until you like drink some water or have some food? Because like drinking water is not the same after you brush your teeth. It doesn't taste good, right?
I'll drink water right away. That doesn't matter to me, but I'll eat breakfast probably like 15, 20 minutes later.
See, I feel like I need about 20 minutes maybe. 20 minutes after brushing when I can finally eat or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't brush when I wake up. I eat first.
Ah, well, I am a literal roll out of bed person, get ready for work, and then I do everything in the car. And by everything, I just mean eat breakfast. I don't put it on. I don't wear makeup anymore.
So wait, food's allowed in the car now?
For me at least.
How long did that take to break that rule of yours? No food in the car.
Well, actually, it was so funny. The other day when I was with Tara for the Fleet Feet thing, we got Rhapsody and I had like a box and it still had chips in it. And I put it in the car and it flipped over and I got all the salt from the chips in my car seat and I was pissed at myself. So I want to stick to the rule, but usually I'm pretty good at not making a mess in the morning.
The cars in our house are just like out of control right now. It looks like you're living in it. But it's cold and dark early where you can't, I just can't get to it. Or by the time I can, I'm like, it's too dark, too cold.
I have no motivation to clean out my car. The floor mats are disgusting and I haven't washed my car in forever. And now that I have a black vehicle, it is very, very noticeable. All the salt and sand and gross. And
once we have like a beautiful 55-degree day in the sun, I'll be shorts and t-shirt, cleaning all the cars, vacuuming them out. It'll feel great. But
absolutely.
Second question on the intro, you mentioned her, Pterodactyl. Mm-hmm. Does her name really start with a P? Because if you notice on the recap, it's spelled P-T-A-R-A.
Well, if we're talking legally, then no. But for everybody else, yes.
That's right. That's right.
With a silent P.
And the last question there in the intro, will he put a ring on it?
Your guess is as good as mine, dude. In the meantime,
18 years.
Oh, 19
Cheers.
Years.
I should get a beer. I don't have a beer. Are you drinking a beer? What are you drinking?
I do have a beer. It's a sour beer that I picked up from Pipe Dream before they closed down a few weeks ago.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Go get one, dude. Enjoy.
no, I don't even think there's one in the house. Come on. I don't
Oh,
have
no way.
alcohol in the house. If we do, it's the stuff Ashley drinks that I don't drink.
Mm.
But this is a fun episode. It's going to be a little different. Q&A. We did these like probably around episode like 7 or something. We tried to like ask Erika anything, and
Well,
we would get like
that
3
you
questions.
ruined it where you said nobody really asked questions, so you just made shit up as you went along. So
Well,
did
that's
people
when I added like
actually
4
submit
more to make
questions?
7. But I
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah.
to do that because we have 27 questions today.
That's amazing. Thank you
Th-
guys for playing along. We're going to have so much fun with this. But
It is-
before we get into this, I got to just ask you a question. Are you packed and ready to go for
No,
Cancun?
currently is today. So tomorrow's the packing day. So today is Saturday the 22nd.
Yep.
and
Saturday
we're-
night, I don't drink during the weekdays, so this is my
Yeah,
this is
it's,
my one
it's
day.
9:41 p.m. All the kids are finally sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley's at work. And no, so tomorrow is going to be packing day. And I'm going to have everything packed tomorrow because Monday I plan on going skiing all day. And we say like we're going to leave at 6 a.m. We won't be back till 10 p.m. We're going to J Peak. And we leave on Tuesday. So I want to be done.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that's the
well,
game plan. So no, I'm
You're
not
going to be
packed.
a busy guy for the next couple of days.
Yeah. Well, yes, absolutely. And like
Mhm.
I predicted in my intro, I won't get any time to relax. That's impossible. The boy,
You're
like
not
just
giving
putting them to
yourself
bed now was a
time.
disaster
So wait, why was your kid an asshole?
because they won't go to sleep. And they're wrestling, roughhousing, they're making
Oh.
themselves lemonade and spilling it all over the floor. I have PTSD from these guys like destroying the house and my ceiling. And every time like I lose one in my eyesight, I freak out. I'm like, where's Tyler? Where's Tyler? It's always Tyler. Sometimes Tommy.
He's the troublemaker.
We'll learn there's a question about a 4-year-old being able to do something, and that was actually Tommy. Like these guys just destroy everything, and they're amazing.
There's
And
two
they,
of them.
oh my god, I know, double trouble. So I love them. I absolutely love them, but they're in destruction mode right now. Terrible twos is not a real thing, by the way. Twos are amazing. It's like 3.5 to 5 with kids. They're monsters. They're
I'm
absolute
going to take
monsters.
your word for it. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So,
So we have 3 different sections of these questions today. They came into us in 3 different forms. One was DMs, one was through the Instagram post, and the other one was through our story. So we're going to start with DMs, Erika. Are you ready?
perfect. I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be because in pure Erika fashion, I did not prep ahead of time. So you're going to throw these at me and I'm going to wing them
Correct.
the best that I can.
And I'm going to do what Allie did. Allie doesn't say who asked the questions, and I'm not really doing it because of that. I'm doing it because I wrote the questions down. I didn't wrote who actually asked them. So question number 1.
All I have to ask first, too, are these for both of us to answer?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Even though they're mostly for you, I want to
is
feel
not-
included.
Nah, this is not the Erika show. This is the On the Runs podcast.
I think
with
they're
Eric
asking you.
and Erika.
They don't even know I'm part of the podcast. It's just like they listen for Erika.
Bullshit. All right, let's go. Let's
All right,
roll.
question number 1. Favorite race memory, individual or together? So let's go individual and together.
Sure. Let's see. One of my favorite race memories has to be finishing the Yeti 100 in Virginia the very first time. That was the biggest race I've completed and probably the hardest one I had ever done. And I am most proud of that.
Very nice. Very nice.
about you?
Me, memory. Okay, so are we saying the whole race or like a memory in the race?
Oh, well, do whatever you want.
I'm going to go memory in the race. It was my
Okay.
first half Ironman. It was an ocean swim. I was super scared of the swim, even though the day before I did an ocean swim and I felt fine. The swim went so well, but my favorite memory was when we made the last left-hand turn and I can see the arch on the beach. And I'm like, I did it. I am going to survive this swim and I am going to complete my first half Ironman. And I'll say the same thing in my first full Ironman, even though when we made the final turn for the swim, I couldn't see the arch yet because it was a mile away.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
But when I can see the arch in the Ironman swims, that's one of my favorite memories. And then obviously finishing the Ironman. So that point, because at that point you're like, I'm going to do this because I survived the swim.
There you go. And that's got to be the hardest part of an Ironman, right? I mean, at least I would think so.
Unless you're an epic swimmer.
I guess, yeah, it depends
I mean,
on
if
skill,
it was
but that's the
Shark was
scariest
doing
part
an
for me.
Ironman, the Shark would probably say the swim's the easiest, but the bike is probably the hardest for the Shark.
Well, Mark the Shark is pretty good at what he does, so
Yeah, he is.
he's the only shark I would hope to be in the water with.
What about together? Favorite race moment together?
I really liked when you and I did
Don't
Eastern
steal mine.
States last year.
Okay. Yeah, that was good.
That's not the same?
It's
Yeah,
not
we
the
had
same.
fun. Even though you blew me out of the water, you totally took it away and did your thing, but we had
I
a
couldn't
nice
do
few
that
miles
today.
together.
But that was a good race. It was rainy. We hung out in the car. We got dinner after.
Mm-hmm.
We saw
You were my very first person to ride in the car with me because I just bought the car right
That's
after,
right.
like right before that. So
That's
you were
right.
my first passenger.
my favorite race memory together is more recent. It was the NH10 miler, but that was because it was a beautiful day. So many people were there with us. We recorded after the race.
Oh yeah.
I actually just
And you
asked
still kicked
Sammy.
my ass.
I asked Sammy yesterday. I go, "Are we doing the NH10 miler?" Because that would be like 2 months post baby for her. I'm like, "You can do it. Like if we're doing New York, that's a good race to do. We're gonna attack the hills again in 2025." So that I think is one of my favorite race memories together. Close second might be the Shamrock that we did around episode 12, but that's when we first started like handing out stickers and magnets. That's
was
when
a
we met
good
Tara
time.
Pterodactyl.
You ran
So
that whole thing with Dave.
Yeah.
You guys had a great time.
Yep, I did. We
just
did a
start
good
now.
race that day too. All right,
Mhm.
question number 2. If we take this long on every answer, which is fine, we're going to spare no details, but
Hey,
this
you
might
said
be a
it's a whole
while.
episode, so let's
Yeah.
go.
Question number 2, dream race.
Oh man, dream race.
And this question might have been repeated later, and I'm checking right now. I believe it is, and then the question for later was bucket list race that you haven't done yet. So we'll include this in that.
It's pretty much the same thing. Man, my dream race. It's got to be Badwater. I don't know. I don't entirely think I could do it. It would take a lot of work and a lot of prep, but God, that would be so much fun.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I think I
Mhm.
would have to risk divorce to go and support that one.
Well, if I ever do it, it'll be many, many, many years down the line. So what's your choice?
Mine would be Kona.
Kona.
I
Very
want to do
nice.
Kona. Yeah, I want to go to Kona. So that would be my dream race. I know Boston Marathon's up there, but Boston Marathon seems like it's right there. I could do it, right? Fundraiser, however, it's there.
Yeah.
It's an option. Kona's harder. So Kona.
if you were, because you have to qualify for Kona, what Ironman would you like to do to qualify for?
Lake Placid. But I'll never
Nice choice.
qualify. I'll never qualify. It's not like not
Dude.
like you work on an individual time. You have to race and finish top 2. If I ever do it, it will be through this podcast somehow, charity fundraising somehow. Something Justin Spencer.
Connections.
All right, question number 3. Your favorite Boston memory.
Oh my God, my favorite Boston. All right, so the one time I ran Boston, it was the shittiest day, but I remember coming up upon mile 13 and my dad was there with the sign, standing in the pouring, freezing cold rain, and I stopped and I got to give him a hug, and that just kind of gave me the motivation to finish the damn thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would do it. That would do it,
what-
especially in that weather.
So, since you have yet to run Boston, and I say yet because it will happen someday, hopefully. Let's
It'll
go
be my
with
9th
that.
star.
Yeah. But what is your favorite moment spectating at Boston?
Ooh. So we've done mile 19 the last 2 years. So I just can't say cheering for people. I have to say spectating, like a moment.
Do you have a favorite moment? I mean, you can generalize it, but is
I-
there anything that stands out?
It's the video. It's the reel I made because it's pinned on our Instagram feed. And so because it's pinned, I watch it every once in a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
yeah, you get to relive like the perfect spectating day
Yes.
at Boston.
Yes, and it so describes us and how much fun we had. So yeah, I can't think of an individual, but so favorite memory was last year. The first year I was sick and it was rainy and cold, and I went and I
Yep.
sounded probably like worse than I do now. But yeah, so favorite Boston memory was that.
That's a good one.
Maybe I love when someone will do the double look. They'll be like, oh, that's them. And then come back. Like Yuki did that. Yuki didn't realize until she passed us and came back. And then that little girl wanted to say hi because Yuki looked like a princess.
Oh,
And
yeah,
at the
I
same
remember
time,
that was so sweet.
Ali G popped in the video and was like, yo! And everyone was there around the same time. We couldn't keep up. Couldn't keep up.
What a day.
So that's mine. All right. If you could race any animal, what would it be and why?
If I could race an animal and
Race an animal.
try to win?
Mhm.
Oh shit. You go.
Well, it doesn't
first
say
on
try
this
to
one.
win. It was just what animal would you want to race and why?
It would probably be like a bunny, because every time I see a bunny in my neighborhood, I want to like go pet it, but it like hops away really fast. So I would probably just try to go chase after it to pet a bunny.
I would race an animal knowing that I was going to be safe. A bear.
Specific kind of bear or just bear?
A Bruin, whatever that is.
Sure.
I'm going to ask Blades to race me, the Bruins mascot. There we go.
Sure. I like that answer.
I always said I would love to high five a bear in my Wicked Awesome t-shirt. So, running an ultra marathon, which superhero characters would you want on your crew? Superhero characters.
I gotta get Deadpool because he can't die, so I could take my aggression and frustrations out on him. Who else? Oh my gosh. These are good questions. Here, you throw out one of yours and then I'll keep thinking of another one.
Mine is all one.
Oh, who is it?
I'm taking the entire Guardians of the Galaxy crew.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
That's got a lot.
Star-Lord and
resourceful.
Gamora.
Oh my
I have
gosh.
them there because I'm going to put them back together and match them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Drax the Destroyer because he's funny. Nebula because Nebula is going to be like, get your shit together and run this damn race. I'll have Rocket Raccoon because he's the man. And then when I'm in that, like, I'm dead and I'm running. And you know how sometimes I can just talk and talk and talk? That's when Groot will run alongside me. And I'll tell him everything. And I'll be like, you know what I mean? And he'll just go, I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot. I would have the entire Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, that's mine.
You know what? If I had to put one, maybe I would do like Captain America too. And I just have him run a little bit. He'd be my pacer. So he could run a little bit ahead of me so I could stare at his ass as I go.
I might have to Google this next one.
Okay.
But East Coast or West Coast hip hop for a long run?
Oh, I'm going to go West Coast because you got the Dr. Dre, you got the Snoop Doggy Dogg. Like, that's the kind of shit I like.
East Coast versus West Coast rap.
And
What's
the
the difference?
LBC.
I'm Googling this right now. East Coast rap is generally considered more aggressive, lyrically complex, and heavily influenced by jazz with the focus of interactive wordplay, while West Coast rap tends to be more laid back with a funkier sound, often incorporating themes of California lifestyles, with sometimes featuring a more direct gangsta style of delivery. You know what? I have to agree. I'm going West Coast.
Yep.
West
I got
Coast.
my mind on my money, on my money, on my mind.
Yeah, that's a great definition. AI. Thanks, AI. All right. Next question. This is again from the DMs. Question number 7. Audiobooks, podcasts, or music for a long run and favorites in the moment.
Music. I have to go music. I actually talked about this a bunch on the Ali G show. Ali show. If I have to do any sort of long run with pace, especially, I can't focus on words so much, like even lyrics, like I can't focus on that stuff and nothing sticks. So if I read a book or was listening to a book or a podcast, I would have to repeat it later just to go back and see what I missed. So definitely music stuff. I don't have to like focus on, just easy stuff. And
Right. Yeah,
what's
when
my
I
favorite?
started running seriously again, this was like 10 years ago, and was getting distance more than 6 miles. I remember like having to do 6 miles, knowing it would take me an hour. That's when I started to listen to podcasts while running. I can't do that anymore because I can't pay attention to the podcast.
That's
So
exactly
it's music
my
for
thing.
me. Yeah, it's
Yep.
music for me now. It's EDM. It's really none of them. I don't listen to music because I never can find my headphones because of
no.
kids.
We
I
gotta
know where
get
they
you a
are
pair
right
that
now,
you
though.
just leave in your car or something,
That's where
or
they
like
are right now.
your gym bag, something
But
that
then
can just stay
somebody
there.
borrows them. Somebody who thinks can't find her own.
Don't tell anybody you have them.
I could use a headphone sponsor if someone can just send me a couple pairs. That would be
There you
great.
go.
They need to wrap around my ear. So if I'm doing music, it's EDM. So
Same. Yeah.
sometimes, most of the time.
I was telling Allie G today, actually, when we talked, we were talking about some of like my go-to tracks. And one of my favorites, I didn't even get to talk about, it's by Louis the Child, and it's called Sleep Wake. And it just has so many different layers. So depending on what kind of workout I'm doing, whether it's like trying to get speed or if I'm just trying to power walk up a hill, there's different layers, and I can kind of focus on like a slow beat pace, or I could do like the faster beat pace to try to go faster. And it's just really complex, and I love it. So if anybody wants to check that one out, go for it.
Very cool. Yeah, I got nothing right now for you to tell you what. I remember when I was really training hard with Scott Black, though, I would be listening to like Cinema and Promises and Dead Mouse. Like that would be on my 5K
That's the stuff
runs.
that Alex likes. Herm likes that stuff.
I need to like if I'm doing a mile test or a 5K test run, like that's the only time I'll find the songs I want to hear that just get me through it.
Absolutely.
One song that I always listened to in CrossFit when it was like, it was going to be about a 5-minute WOD, like all out for 5 minutes. It was Whiskey in a Jar by Metallica.
Okay. How about that?
That one fucking goes hard, and I needed that for some of those workouts. So
absolutely.
I actually I remember throwing that song in after all the EDM for the last like mile of that 5K test I did. So
there you go. I mean, you have that one song that just brings the energy, and that one will do it.
Question number 8, the final question from the DMs.
Yeah.
Essential items for a long run. And the person wrote, for me, it's my Hattie hat.
Hattie hat. All right. I'm going to go through my routine. Okay. We're talking right now, long run in the middle of winter. I've got like 2 pairs of pants, maybe a pair of sweatpants. I've got like 2 layers plus a vest on. That's like minimum. Headband to keep my ears warm. Have to have my headphones. Have to, or else I will probably bail on the run. Also, have to have chapstick. That is a must in cold, windy, nasty weather. Like I will be miserable because you're just like, God damn it, and licking the lips, and they get all chapped, and you're just that throws me off too. And then for safety, my pepper spray.
You carry pepper spray?
Oh hell yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you always carry pepper spray, or only when you're alone?
Always.
I never noticed you carried pepper spray with me.
Exactly. It's always in a pocket, though. I will always have it.
Never noticed.
You never know, just in case. Like, who knows if a dog is going to come and try to attack us or whatever. So safety first. And then on long runs, I'll have a vest, and it'll have like electrolytes and water and some fuel. So,
all right. So
chapstick
essential
and headphones.
All right. Essential items for me. I'll start with shoes. I need shoes.
I didn't even say shoes.
I can't run barefoot, so I have socks.
That's a given. That's a given. Okay.
I'm not like you. I don't carry much extra.
Mm-hmm.
I would just probably carry extra fuel.
Yeah.
And I would carry some sort of like something, be prepared for code brown. So I would carry some wipes.
Very smart. That's usually something that ends up in my Camelback.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people who would rather have too much than not enough. So I'll bring extra shit, and I might not even touch it.
Yeah, the other one would be a flip belt. But when I did a lot of the Mount Washington training, I used a Camelback.
Yeah.
So, and that was just to carry some stuff. So, yeah.
Good call.
But yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say shoes. Do you go barefoot?
Do you
wear a shirt?
That's like a given.
Do you wear a shirt?
Yeah, I wear like
shorts.
4 shirts.
You didn't. Those are essential items.
I said pants, like 3 pairs of pants. I had 2 shirts and a vest on. Like, come on, I am overdressed in the winter, and I will be very, very warm. But then I get very, very cold. So there's just no good way to do the winter runs.
All right.
Yes, shoes and probably my pro compression socks, if not my right socks.
Very cool. All right, those were our questions that came into our DMs. The next set of questions, we got 12 here, were from the Instagram posts I made. And I
Yep.
love that. That one actually got the most interaction. I was kind of surprised. I figured people who see it in the stories would respond more. So,
Uh-huh.
anyways, these came from the post. Have you ever played the game Guess a Fart?
These are the fucking funniest videos I have seen on Instagram. They're making me laugh right now. I have not played myself because you need a willing partner to play with, and Brandon will never guess my fart. So, but I've tried. I've tried this so many times. But they are so hilarious. All right, next time you and I run, if you gotta let one rip, just ask a question and I will try.
All right, we'll have to record it. So yeah,
Absolutely.
what we're talking about is there's these videos cycling around social media, and like a wife will walk up to her husband and she'll go, "Guess my fart," and the husband will be like,
Yeah.
and then she'll fart and see if it was a winner. And the best
If it
part is a
matched.
lot of the videos that you see, you only see the winners. You don't
Oh,
usually
yeah.
see the ones that miss. So it is wicked funny.
I feel like I have yet to see one where somebody just totally like shits their pants. That would be like the absolute winner.
All right, this next question is, how will you know when you can leave your day jobs and do this full time? Second part of that question, how can the Pod Fam help you achieve your dream? All right, Erika, what do you need this podcast to be to quit your day job?
I need $1 million. I need something that's literally going to replace my salary. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but one can dream.
I
But
don't think that will happen either. Yeah, one could dream for sure.
one can dream. Yes, we need sponsors and more
well,
Patreons.
that brings
you
up the
guys.
second part of the question. Like, I don't plan on quitting my job ever. Like, if I had to quit my job and do this full time, I don't know, that would be awesome, but I feel like it would need to be I don't even know, but it's definitely 6 digits and north of that. Like,
Yep.
you got to think about after that, you got to think about insurance and everything
Oh,
else
God,
that
yeah.
your benefits and all that.
Honestly,
let's-
I don't think I could quit because I have such a small company. I would just fuck them over if I left.
They wouldn't
So
survive without you,
I
right?
can't. I
No one
can't
can
leave.
survive
And
without
I don't
us.
want to leave. Like, they're so good to me over there. So I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
I don't know.
It couldn't
Maybe the pod will be the
happen.
second job.
Could it happen? It couldn't happen off just this podcast. Maybe if Monday Night Media really kicks off and then we start working and helping others produce
Let's say
shows.
you could make enough money to quit your job, and I'll just have this as a second job.
That works for me. But let's answer the second part of that question.
Yeah.
How can the Pod Fam help you achieve your dream? Okay, so the dream, let's say the dream is not quitting our full-time work and podcasting full-time. That is the ultimate dream. But let's just say our dream for this to be very successful. All right, here's a real answer. Very soon, we are going to partner with a sponsor. It is going to come up very soon. The hope is before Boston Weeks, but it might not happen before Boston Weeks. And that's okay because there is paperwork, there is contracts, all that stuff. How can you help when we do have these brands that are going to come on and become partners? Like, buy their stuff, use the coupon code, say you found them through On the Runs. Go buy yourself some socks right now from Right Socks. Look at the post with me swimming with socks all around. There's a code in there. Go buy their socks and say you found them from On the Runs. That will tell the brands, hey, we want to partner with you more. And when we have this other brand that will soon likely partner with us as we are in talks, buy their stuff and tell them. Hey, like liking and sharing is great, but when a brand wants to partner, help us out, do that, because that will ultimately, like, if they sponsor us for a couple episodes and they see nothing happen, they're not going to come back.
Yeah. And we promise you guys, we're only going to partner with brands that mesh with us as people, with us as a podcast. We're not going to just try to sell you shit.
Yeah, you're
just
not going to
sell you
see
shit,
me trying to sell you like hair products. So
exactly. So
exactly.
We're gonna do you guys right and partner with people who have similar interests as us and as you. So we're gonna do you guys right.
I want to talk actually a little bit more about the dream and that. So yeah, I would love to quit my full-time job and make $250K and do this full-time.
I mean,
yes,
right? Yeah.
I would. But what is the real dream? I want to have a little studio here in New Hampshire that we can show up to every time we record from the studio,
Yep.
have people come in and record with them in the studio, have a camera set up. When we do virtual recordings, we can do it from the studio, but we have a big screen TV with them. That's what I want. I want a studio somewhere between Nashua and Manchester and record all the time there. I can go there and work from there and edit from there and do everything and not have it in my house. That is the real dream. So I would love to have a studio, whether that's like some type of office space or something. And then we could rent the studio out to other people who want a podcast and they can pay us to use the studio. And we have the equipment. You want to do a podcast? Hey, come to us. We have all the essentials you need. You don't need to buy it. You just pay a fee for every hour you use it. Do you want us to edit your podcast? If it aligns well with us, hey, we'll edit it. We'll make it happen. We'll help you do social media and branding. Like that's the Monday Night Media dream.
There you go, man.
So just keep supporting, leave comments, share. Oh, the other way you can do it is join our Patreon page. This is where I'm really diving deep into this question, but how can the pod fam help you achieve? You know, the person who asked that question is a lover of the pod already. So I'm not going to be like, hey,
she's doing more than enough. So we thank you.
Right. That dream is a reality. Like it's realistic. It's not an unrealistic dream. And I would say it's not unrealistic to say this would blow up one day, but I think you and I both understand not to get our hopes up. We've had conversations with a few members of our pod fam on a couple of different occasions where they think we can do live shows in Tokyo or in London. I love that. They really think like we can get huge sponsors. I love that. I told you the other day, we are a small podcast, but we put out a big game.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on.
So we're just going to keep growing that podcast and that reach, and then we'll be a big podcast in a little field of big podcasts. So we put out, I think, some of the best quality out there, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Except for my voice is raspy and sucks. Next question. All right,
That's you.
back to some of these fun, creative questions. You ready?
Yes.
If you could have one or the other every day, would you have a new pair of socks every day or a new pair of underwear every day?
Underwear.
Underwear?
Underwear.
I think I would go socks.
I need to.
Socks.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very particular about my socks because some pairs just have spots that will like give me blisters. So I have to know what socks to wear for what kind of run. Underwear, it's just whatever. So.
All right. Next question. If you had to poop on someone's yard in the Boston Marathon course, which town would you do it in?
If I had to oh my God. Do I just what the hell do I know? What's less populated?
All right.
Ashland. I don't know.
So the marathon runs through 8 towns: Hopkinton, Ashland, Framingham, Natick, Wellesley, Newton, Brookline, and Boston.
Yeah, I would pick maybe Ashland just because it's early in the race. I'm sorry to whoever lives there, but it seems like it could be a little less populated, and it's also early in the race. So hopefully I would feel better for the rest of it.
I would probably pick Natick because it's in the middle.
Okay.
And then I'll go flying through the Wellesley Tunnel feeling great.
Perfect.
I actually don't know if that was in order, but I think it was.
That sounded pretty right to me for the most part.
Next question. If you had a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? A lifetime supply of anything.
Pizza?
What would it be?
Money.
Oh, good answer.
Pizza or money? That's where my priorities are at.
What was it? Pizza or money?
I said pizza first, but then I was like, ooh, money, because I can buy all the pizza I want. I can buy all the shoes I want.
That's right.
Just keep the money rolling.
That's right. I guess, okay, if I can't go money, if it has to be like a practical thing, a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be?
Butt wipes.
Butt wipes.
No, you can choose something else if you want.
Gas.
Okay.
Gas. Yep.
Bodily or vehicular? I'm just kidding.
Vehicular.
And I got him to say a word weird. Okay, awesome. That's a win.
Did I say it weird?
A little bit. We love you for it.
If you could pick one day of your life to relive again, what day would it be? Oh, man.
Oh, shit, you guys. Getting my 6 star. That was a fabulous day out in Tokyo. I would love to relive that again.
I love the creativity. Okay, so I would love to go back in the OR when the boys were born because it
Oh,
was
shit.
one of the coolest things in the world, seeing like them cut open the belly and do all that stuff. That was
Damn.
I would love to go sit in on
Can't
like
compete with that.
Yeah.
I cannot compete with that.
I would love to go sit in on something like that again. That was really cool. And then Adeline was all natural, even no
Did you
drugs.
watch that too?
Yeah, I would watch those again.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Ashley, you badass.
If it was not baby related, a day I would love to relive. I would have loved to be in Boston when the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup.
Oh.
I was in Charlotte,
That's
North
flipping it
Carolina.
too.
I would have loved to have been in Boston, but I don't think I could have handled myself in a Boston bar during a Game 7 like that. I don't do good.
So you were
like,
still young and you were drinking, you didn't have kids yet? Was it that long ago?
It was 2011,
Oh my God.
June 15th,
Okay.
2011 to be exact.
Of course you
Yeah.
know the date.
Yeah, of course I do know the date.
Well, yeah, party animal Eric would come out.
All right, here's one I've heard before, actually. But
Mhm.
would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 ducks that are the size of a horse?
One horse-sized duck, or wait, what?
Or
Brain not
100
work.
ducks the size of a horse?
100 ducks.
No.
No, that's
No.
the-
Would you
one-
rather fight
one big duck and
or 100 little
small horses?
Okay, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? That's the question.
I would choose the one horse-sized duck because, oh my God, I cannot imagine having little ankle-biting horses. Like, no way.
I don't think the horses would be ankle biters. I think like a duck would be a biter,
Yeah, but
and I could kick
I feel
the
like
horse.
it's too like big and awkward, and you'd still be able to like run away from it and get behind it and be like, I don't know.
But you're fighting it. Like
Yeah,
now
I
you're
know.
fighting this huge duck.
Yeah,
Versus
I
you're
could-
just going
I
to
could
have to
run
fend
around
off
it
every
real-
little mini horse that comes in at you.
Yeah,
You
there's
just
no way
kick
I'm
them.
doing. No,
No, I'm
Yeah,
kicking
but
the
they're
little
still gonna
mini
get you.
horses.
There's 100 of them.
I can kick
Nah.
100. Like I'm just gonna kick.
You're gonna get tired and you're gonna get bit.
You're gonna get eaten whole by You're gonna get eaten whole by a duck the size of a horse.
Aren't ducks vegetarians? They don't want me.
All right.
I don't know. That's a fun question.
What and where is the weirdest place you've ever taken a dump? Huh? Yeah.
I haven't really taken dumps weird places.
I mean, okay.
You have.
I can't think of a weird place either. You ever see those pictures of like beautiful places to take a dump? I would love to. Like, if I was doing the Great World Race, I
Poo
think
with
I
a
would have taken a
view.
dump on the Tinkle Pot
You know what? Honestly, I probably would have too, just for the novelty of it.
and the picture.
But I mean, yeah, exactly. I did take those pictures when I was in Washington of the poo with the view, like the really pretty porta
Yeah.
potties. That's probably the best one. But again, it's not like out in the wild.
So I got a funny story for you, though. My buddy played
Okay.
minor league professional hockey in Atlanta. And when I lived in Charlotte, a friend came down to visit. And then we went to Atlanta to visit this friend of ours who played professional hockey down there.
Uh-huh.
And you know how they sometimes let the fans sit in between the benches?
No, but
So
cool.
sometimes you can sit between the benches. But the thing is, you can't leave. So you have to go down there to your seat for the period before the period starts. They cycle, like new fans will go every period. So they let me
Oh.
and Matt go down for the third period. So we've been drinking tall boy beers, right? We're young. We can drink a lot.
Uh-huh.
Well, eventually Matt has to go to the bathroom. But we can't leave. So he has to go pee, right?
Yeah.
And the game goes to overtime, actually went to a shootout. So we're in this for over an hour. We're in an arena that holds 10,000 people, a little smaller than the Snoo Arena here, the one in Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
So we get down on our knees and we go right up close to the boards so he can unzip and pee in his beer cup in front of like 8,000 people. And the guys on the team were like, this guy's taking a piss.
Wait.
And so he was doing it after the overtime before the shootout because he couldn't hold it anymore.
Oh, no.
Or it might have been after the third before the overtime. That might have been what it was.
I was hoping that he would have gotten away with it, but clearly he didn't. So, oh, well.
Well, I mean, he did, but, so the guys on the team kind of were like saying hey to us and everything because we were hanging out with them for a couple days. They knew who we were.
Okay.
Not
that's a
not
cool
the road
story,
team,
though.
but the home team. So, yeah. All right. Next question.
Moving on.
If you could take any character's place in The Lord of the Rings, who would it be? Did you watch Lord of the Rings?
Yes. Honestly, I was more of a Harry Potter person.
Who would you take in Harry Potter then?
Oh, who would I take in Harry Potter? Probably Luna Lovegood because she's really strange, and I feel that. I resonate with that. She's very like carefree for the most part. I don't know, and she's adorable. She gonna do what she gonna do.
Okay.
But
I'm looking.
I would be one of the hobbits because I know that they like second breakfast and 11 Z's and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. So count me in for extra food.
I loved those movies when they came out, and the first one especially. I envisioned living there. So I think I would have been one of the hobbits too. I don't know if I would want to be Frodo Baggins because he had a lot on his shoulders. So maybe I would be Sam. Like if I was in the movie, I would want to be Sam.
Yes.
Yeah. Sam was pretty cool.
Wasn't there one named Mary? Merry? Mary?
Was there one named Mary? I'm looking at a huge list right now. There's so many characters. Steven Tyler's daughter was in it. Liv Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah, she was one of the elves.
Yeah, I don't
like with not Legolas. Wait, was it Legolas? Oh God,
Arwen.
everybody's gonna like
Arwen.
Everybody's gonna be like, you dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a while, you guys.
I can't pronounce half of them, but yeah, I think I'd be Sam. That's who I'd be.
Perfect.
All right, the next question. When you poop, do you poop? No. All right, next question. When you poop, do you poop fully clothed or naked?
Why would I get naked to poop?
I don't know, but why would you poop fully clothed? Why would you poop in your pants?
So wait a minute. Okay, there is no right answer to that. I'm not like taking my top off to take a dump. Like unless
just pull the pants down to the ankles, man.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Who takes all their clothes off to poop? You're right. Yeah, you're
we
weird.
Want to hear why?
You're
Who brought
weird.
this question up? Do you poop naked and why?
Yeah.
Thrown at you.
I know who that one was. She spells her name with a P. Starts her name with a P.
Tara.
But it's silent. It's a silent P. Hey, why can't you hear pterodactyl go P?
Because the P is silent.
I know. I messed that one up. I said it should have been to the bathroom. All right. Next question. Who would you bring? Oh, this is cool. Who would be your guest to the On the Run's pasta dinner?
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who would be your guest? Dead or alive? Anybody? You know, Susie Chan really made this question great when she picked Lewis Hamilton and went outside of the running world. Like you could pick anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Someone already picked Jesus. Like that was awesome.
I got mine. I'm gonna go outside of the box and I'm gonna say my brother Nick, because even though he wasn't a runner, he would probably heckle me as I ran while riding his skateboard next to me, and that would be a cool run to do, and I would just like to hear what he thought about all the crazy shit that I've been up to.
You made this you just made this hard for you made it easy. Okay. My answer was gonna be it was between Dale Earnhardt or Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Mm-hmm.
But a friend of mine from high school and middle school, and who I was in band and sat next to every day in
So you guys
band.
went way back.
And she was super nice to me and always included me. And we were in all these like Spirit Week things and lip syncs with this big group. And she was always included me and was the nicest person.
Yeah.
Randomly out of the blue the other day, I saw on Facebook that she passed away.
Oh, I'm so
her
sorry.
name is Kendra Bassey. I ran into her once about 10 years ago at a Boston Bruins game.
Yeah.
And, that's why I love Facebook, because I can see what people are doing. And I would always see it on occasion, right? I don't hang out with many people from high school, but my answer would be her. So I could say hi and bye to her one more time. So I would take
There you
Kendra.
go.
I'd take Kendra. And then if I could
Perfect.
take a second, because it's my question, I would take Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Sr.
You can do whatever you want.
I can do what I want. It's my question. That's right. Assuming you were running in a triathlon, when you finish the swim, who would be your ideal wetsuit stripper? You're allowed 2, 1 for each side.
So you guys are gonna have to fill me in. What makes a good stripper? Because if you don't tell me, I'm picking Magic Mike, because he is a movie stripper. So there we go. He used to be a real stripper.
I think someone who has a good grip, someone who pays attention to detail and is focused. Who would I think I would take? And I would want it to be somebody fun. I think the person asking the question was trying to have fun with this and maybe pick like, all right. I'm going to go in the direction I think this guest was trying to go. Okay. All right. My wetsuit strippers would be Sloane from Entourage.
Okay.
And Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy.
So if you're going for that kind of sex appeal thing, then I will stay with Magic Mike, Mr. Channing Tatum. And let's throw I get 2?
Yeah.
Who's the guy who plays Jack Reacher?
Ooh, can I change mine? Can I change one? I don't want it to be Sloane. No. I want Sloane. Sloane's going to be one. But instead of Gamora,
Yep.
Oh my God, what's her name now? Wonder
Her real
Woman.
name?
What's her name? Wonder Woman.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
Sloane and Gal Gadot.
I gotta look up the guy's name. Look up the guy's name who plays Jack Reacher, because I've been seeing
That's
his.
Tom Cruise.
No, it's not. The new Reacher show on Prime.
Oh, that's dude, that's Tom Cruise. I just Googled it.
No. All right, time out. I'm looking this up. It's the show Reacher.
All right, hold on.
Television
I
series.
added Prime. Alan Richson. I've never heard of this guy. Of course you'd pick this guy. He's got his biceps are like 30
I've been seeing
inches.
him everywhere, and he's very hunky. But he also
He's
was
too
on New
hunky.
Girl once, and he was a character who had a micro penis, so he was a really silly character. But
too hunky.
I would not mind him taking my wetsuit off.
Okay, all right, fine. You like mine with Sloane, though. I know you would have Sloane there too.
I love her.
What's her real name? Emmanuel
Shariki.
Yes.
Shariki? Yes.
Oh my
She's
God.
gorgeous. She's beautiful.
All right. Our next couple questions come from the story post.
Okay.
This first one, how does a 4-year-old reach the fire alarm?
I would also like to know this question. And how did he get away from you so far that he was able to pull
a foot next to me.
Oh,
We're looking out the window at the ocean, and he turns his head, and he's like, ooh, what's this? Listen, Patrick. The fire alarm was about door handle high. A 4-year-old isn't a little baby. Like, they can reach and grab things. You'd be amazed. And they can get on top of things like the counter and grab things from the top shelf so easily. You leave them alone for a freaking second, they destroy everything. I have PTSD because of this.
I feel like
going
you need
to therapy
to get
because of
baby
this.
leashes. Get the leashes, and because they are out of control. Like, I feel like nobody would fault you for putting like a baby harness on them with a leash.
Yeah, I need them. Unreal. So, all right, next question.
Okay.
Favorite running song?
Okay, I spoke upon mine. Lately it has been Sleep / Wake from Louis the Child.
All right. I think right now it'd be The Dog Days Are Over.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just because it's in my head, and there's a couple other ones I've mentioned earlier, like Cinema and Promises and
Mhm.
Animals, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But The Dog Days Are Over.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Oh, I have another one that I've been super into. It's by Pimp Chic. It's called Stick Up, and it's like a
Okay.
Missy Elliott remix. It's great.
I have a couple others. I just pulled up my
Yeah.
Spotify, and I'm looking at like recent songs I like. Here's one called Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max. I've been playing that a lot lately.
I know that one.
Yeah,
That's
that
some
one's
pop shit.
That one's pretty good. You know, so I'm scrolling down here. I bet a lot of the songs I got to scroll all the way down to find like a lot of some of my favorites here. Bear with me, everybody. I'm not going to play these either because it's not like what I have set up. Spotify can't keep up with my scrolling. Here we go. We made it to the bottom. Let's see. There's some Avicii. I got some Aerosmith. Let's see. I have a lot of Aerosmith. Wow, it's still Aerosmith. It was like the first time I got Spotify, I just liked every Aerosmith song. Like put it on
Very
my
nice.
list. Put it on my list. Intoxicated by Martin Slowberg. Don't Look Down by Martin Garrix. Monsters by Megan. No, I don't think it's Monsters, but okay, there's Secrets. Children of Don Diablo. Anything Don Diablo, like Cutting Shapes, Anytime, Switch.
Not too shabby.
Do It Tonight by Cedric Gervais. Is that correct on the name?
I don't know that one.
Another one, Touch the Sky. I sent you a song the other day. What was the song I sent you, by the way? I said, add this to your list. I forget what that was.
I didn't add it to my list because it wasn't a good running one for me.
I just meant
It
like
was a
to your
little
like
too
songs.
slow.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some good ones there. Wow. I should go back. I need to create, like Ali G says, when are you going to come on her pod? I'm like, I don't have many. I'm not really good with music. I'd be like this. I'd be like, oh, let me look up the song. You know, there is a song called Sax, S-A-X. That's pretty awesome to run to.
Yep. I found the song that you sent me.
What was it called?
It was called Gotta Know by Andy Bianchini.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked it. I was just saying, like, hey, this is a banger. This is a banger right now.
I listened. I was like, this isn't bad, but I don't know if I like it for running so much. But you add it to your list.
There's a song called Rattle by the Bingo Players. That one slams when you run.
Yep.
Yes, it does. That one, you listen to that one like when you need a little extra. Yeah. It just gets you in the mood.
You know what one I really have been into also? So it's not a rock song. It's not like an EDM, but it still is like super, has a great beat to just run to. But Give It To Me, Baby from Rick James.
Okay.
That one is just, it's good. It reminds me of Burger King commercials, but it's good.
I just came across a song here on Spotify. It's song 728 on my list. The Dolphins Cry by Live. That one that's a great freaking song.
You're digging deep for these, man.
Not necessarily running, but that's a great freaking song. Heads Will Roll by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs.
Yes, absolutely. They have a great remix too. And not gonna lie, I've been super into Glee again lately. Like I watched that when it first came out, but I've been watching it again. And believe it or not, the Glee kids did a Heads Will Roll and Thriller mashup, and it is fucking bomb. It is so good.
Yeah. Now, if I'm doing a long run, I don't think I can really do the EDM as much. Like the EDM will make me go too hard. So I need that for those like all out runs. Like, so that's where I would love the song, like The Dog Days Are Over, right? That's for a long run.
Yeah.
Like just good jams that would get me going. And they just still have a good upbeat. They don't slow you down. But they just feel good. Like there's a song called Higher by the Naked and Famous, Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun. Like those are all good long run songs for me, because if I have Animals going or Levels by Avicii, like I'm gonna run out of gas way too early. Yeah. There's another one by I think it's called The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves. Like that one freaking is awesome. Hymn for the Weekend by Coldplay, Adventure of a Lifetime. So many Radio Gaga.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. So there's
one of my long runs I was doing on the treadmill, I I had watched the entire Eras tour, which was great, by the way. But I decided to see like what else I could watch, like because they had some live concerts. One of them was Queen, and the Queen music was fantastic, but it was weird because the crowd wasn't into it. It was like 1980, I don't know, early 80s, might be late 70s, but it was in Toronto, and everybody was like just sitting in their seats. I'm like, why aren't you dancing? Do you realize like who you are seeing right now? I was getting a little angry at it. Like people were not enjoying themselves as much as I thought they should.
You know what else would go good on a long run? Some Blink 182.
Oh, I love me some Blink.
All the small things, first date, dump weed.
We were just talking about Blink the other day because whole thing, group chat. But if you want a silly CD, check out the live. It's called the Mark, Tom, and Travis Show, and it's a live CD, and it is fantastic. It's hilarious. I've probably memorized the whole thing because I got it as a birthday present in the 9th grade, and it was fantastic. So that's still one I listen to regularly.
Here's a song I haven't heard in a while, and I'll probably play it later. It's called "Dirty Sexy Money" by David Guetta.
Oh yeah,
right. I can't believe I didn't even mention Galantis. We got peanut butter jelly.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
The list is endless. Like there's just so many good jams that you can run to, and it all depends on your mood. And man, that is an excellent question.
Cobra Style by the Teddy Bears. You know that one, right?
Probably.
That's a good long run song. Like when you just need that.
You gotta
music,
rediscover half
good,
of this
good
stuff.
vibe music.
You and I need to do a blend. I have one with Ali G. I don't have one with you, I don't think. So we need to make a blend.
Okay. All right. All right.
And
so I think
and that'll be good.
I'm scrolling fast here, trying to see if there's another missing gem. But and Foster the People is awesome, by the way.
I love Foster the People.
Shut Up and Dance by Walk the Moon.
Yep. Those are all good like wedding songs too. Like people love playing that at weddings.
I forget what the actual question was. Like what was the question?
I don't know. It's something about music and
favorite running song.
There you go.
So we gave them like
Eric has 11,000 of them.
Yeah.
And I honestly have one playlist that I cycle through, but it is a living playlist. I like to add songs when I find a good one, and I take them away when I get a little sick of them, and that's just how it goes.
Rain on Me by Lady Gaga. I
Yes.
can't wait to run in the rain and make a video and play that for the song. Yeah, I got
That'll
some
be a
Spice
blast.
Girls on here too. Sandstorm. Oh my
Yes.
God, Sandstorm.
Absolutely. Call on Me. Come on. These are
Oh
the
my
great
God,
ones.
like the greatest music video of all time. Call on
Yep.
Me. Oh my God, anything else? Anything else as I go through
You know
here?
what? I feel like when I listened to the Mariana episode with Ali G, I think she said she listens to at the end of every race, World Hold On. I think that was her choice, but that is such a good song too. That's got the beat
Yeah.
and the energy. So
Break Stuff
good.
by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, there are just times when you get in the mood. You're like,
Right.
I'm fucking pissed. And
What
you just have
about
to
My
listen to
Body?
Break
You know
Stuff.
the song like My Body Tells Me No.
That was Andy Glaze's choice for our On the Runs podcast playlist.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
I have some Shania Twain here. Man, I feel like a woman. Bow, 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 bow,
That's
bow.
where I draw the line because that song gets stuck in my head.
Let's
so
go,
I will
girls.
probably be blaming you later for why I can't sleep because that song is cycling through my brain.
I'll be like, let's go, girls. Return of the Mac.
Oh, excellent. Nicole's
Yeah,
favorite.
I'm almost done scrolling through my list. There's a lot here I
can't
see
believe
that
you're
I didn't.
Still scrolling.
So speaking of the LG show in her track 6 with Mariana,
Mhm.
they were
Mariana, yep.
talking about Ghostbusters, like how'd this go on, and they're like, this is totally on your track, Allie. No, that was on your blend. No, it was yours. I think it came from me.
Wait, from you?
Yeah, because it's on my blend with Allie. It totally came from me around Halloween, right?
So she must have listened to it and then it popped up on
On her
Mariana's
blend with Mariana. And so I'm like, that actually came from me.
So now we know who to blame, which I think is
Yeah.
hilarious. That song is great. That is a great song.
Oh, Work Bitch.
Yes. Honestly, that was one that I told Allie. That is what I finish up my playlist with. Because I have a playlist that you guys will hear it But I have a playlist where it's just like an hour and 49 minutes and I listen to it in half marathon. And that song comes on last. So I know either I might actually hit my goal if I work, bitch, or
That's right.
it doesn't matter and it's going to start repeating the playlist. So good choice.
And the most recent liked song to my like songs playlist on Spotify is New York, New York.
But
So,
of course.
of course. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
Are you brand loyal towards your shoes that you wear?
Yes and no. I have like a very specific race day shoe that I wear. So I wear the Nike Vaporflies, but I do not wear Nikes any other time. I am very recovery shoe specific. My UFOs are basically all I wear. And my everyday shoes are New Balances. But I even have some race day shoes of that. So I will normally say I am a New Balance girl.
Yeah, I'd say I'm definitely not brand loyal yet. But, you know, if a brand wants to partner, I might be. But I would have to be picky. Like, I'm not going to wear a brand that I don't like and partner with a brand that I don't like. But to be honest, the only two brands of shoes I've ran in the last 10 years are New Balance and Saucony. I do like Asics. I just haven't bought any. I actually kind of want to try Brooks. What's cool is actually we're going to do something fun after I'm back from Mexico, hopefully before Boston. But I need to buy some new running shoes. And so I'm going to have Chad. We're going to have Chad, the Clydesdale runner, come back on the pod. And live on the pod, we're going to scroll through Relay Goods website. And he's going to pick me out a pair of shoes. So I'm going to pick out a pair. It'll probably be the New Balance 880s. He's going to pick out my next pair. He's going to ask me some questions about what I like in a shoe. I'm a big guy like him, and he does all the shoe reviews. And he's going to have to pick a shoe that is on the Relay Goods website currently at that time, and I'm going to buy it live on the pod.
Oh,
so
that's
if he's like,
really fun.
yeah,
I love that idea.
you could do it too.
I could. I have too many pairs of shoes. But I also have to say, if I'm doing a trail run, I go for Topos. Topo is probably my favorite trail rugged kind of shoe.
All right. Next
I'm
question.
Specific for different things.
Okay.
So
next question. How did Stooley come about and what is his backstory?
Take it away, Eric. You are the one with the Stooley vision.
Well, I think before episode 1, we're talking about everything and trying to come up with a name. And I think we joked about our logo being a poop emoji running with toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. I had drawn like a very crude,
which I still debate.
Sort of
like,
thing.
did you really draw it? I thought I drew the Stooley on Snapchat, but then you tell me you did.
I did it in Snapchat.
Are you sure? So maybe I did it on like a piece of paper and sent it.
That could have been it.
But you did. Eventually, one day you had Stooley. But the difference was Stooley, I think, when we talked about it, he had toilet paper like running from his foot, like when the toilet paper gets caught next to your foot.
I thought that was like the cute, whimsical part. But then you totally designed what he is today. Like,
so I actually didn't.
Was that Alejandra?
Alejandra did. Remember, she surprised you. She was listening to the podcast. She is the girl from Mexico who helped us with our design of the logo the first time. She was listening. She came up with. She heard us talking about it on the pod, and the next week she emailed us, says, "Hey, I made this for you." So, but he did have the toilet paper coming from his foot, and I did not like that. I didn't like it. So we talked about a Stooley before episode 1. I would say we podcasted for over a full year. It was actually a year and a half until we debuted Stooley, because we debuted him after our Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which would have been our second year. So Stooley has only been around for a year and a half now. And man, he has taken a life of his own. We now have Stooley in the wild. We have Stooley stickers. Everyone wants a Stooley sticker. I think we were a little afraid originally to have a poop emoji as our logo.
It wasn't kind of a big risk because we never know how people are going to take it, but we wanted it to show that we are mostly a lighthearted podcast. We
Right.
have fun. We talk about fun things, and Stooley just embodies that. So I hope everybody else feels the same way. But
I
the
remember when
Stooley
we
in the
had
Wild thing is great.
yeah, I remember when we had episode 75 with Aaron Azar.
Mhm.
And 75, that was 75 episodes ago. We're now at 151. Wow.
Holy shit.
But they talked about us on their podcast, and that was the same time we debuted Stooley, but they didn't know we debuted Stooley. They just thought, oh, that's their logo. And they gave us a kudos like, hey, they're legit. They own it. They own the poop emoji running
Yep.
logo. That's
And
them.
now we
Like,
especially own it. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's-
can't see us going back.
and others can't take it. Like, this is ours. So
Yep, yep.
anyone know how to copyright? Anyone know how to write a contract for a partnership? Does anyone work for a lawyer firm who wants to do something for us
I
free?
know a couple of lawyers, but speaking of Stooley in the Wild, let me know if anybody wants stickers. I have some at the moment. I will send them out. I just sent some to Washington this past week. They've gone to Ohio. They've gone to Connecticut. Stooley is willing to travel if you're willing to take pictures with him.
All right. The next question is, what's your bucket list race that you haven't done yet? We've already answered that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm Kona. You were Badwater.
Badwater.
Next question after that is, do you two ever get annoyed with each other?
No, not usually. There's the occasional thing where he'll be teasing me on something and I'll be like, dude, just drop it. But that's pretty much it. I can't even think of like a specific one. Oh, the marriage thing. Drop that. Just drop it. Just fucking drop it, okay? There you go. Real on the pod, live, fighting. We're not fighting, but
Absolutely. I get annoyed with Erika sometimes, but not
that's what friends
mad.
do.
I get annoyed, but not mad. I'm trying to think of an example. I was actually annoyed.
When I don't do my homework. It's like a teacher reprimanding a student.
I don't, if I ever get annoyed, I try really hard not to let you know I'm annoyed. But yeah, it would mostly be with content. I'd be like, just take a freaking picture. Take some video. You're like, oh, I had the greatest time at this thing. Oh, nobody knows because you took no video. I can tell you the most annoyed or mad I ever was at you in our podcast history.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really mad because I just wasn't really mad. But if I was ever really mad, I was mad about all the effort I went with that camper, getting it to anchor down, and you never used it. And it was more so like you gave me so much shit all year. You got to bring it. I got the big team, and
I know, and people
it was actually,
used
you know
it,
what?
man.
Let me rephrase my madness. It wasn't that you didn't use it. It was that you set up camp 200 feet away from where the camper was allowed. I said because you need base camp to be at the camper. That's what I was mad about.
But I was very excited we actually got there early enough to have a spot where we didn't have to walk so far away to the camp. It gave us like a better opportunity to get in and out of our little aid stations, our own little home base.
Yeah.
But if I had gone into that camper, it would have been game over. There were people who used it because it was so cold. But if I went in there, I would not have gotten my buckle.
So I think it's safe to say we get annoyed with each other, I think, outside of podcasting, though.
That is true.
Not the actual recordings and stuff. Like you are, I'm actually surprised you don't get annoyed with me about this because a lot of the time I'm like, hey, I need another 15. Hey, I need another 15 until I can make it to the computer. But yeah, I'd say I get maybe they're pet peeves, or maybe I'll be like, did you make any notes? No, I got no notes again. And I'm like, right.
Yeah.
Like
I shirk my duties. I do a lot, but dude,
it's those it's those kind of things. Like no one's mad, but it's like, did you do any notes? No, I didn't do any notes. And I feel like you answer me like, I'm scared he's going to be upset. I'm not upset. I'm just like, just throw a few things in there. When you think of something, go to the doc and throw it in. And then, those are the kind of things I think
for the record, you said you don't usually tell me if you're mad. Tell me. Just tell me. I'm not going to hold it against you. It's the honesty of friendship, man. We can get through it.
I think I tell you, but I try to sleep on it.
Okay.
that's like, let's just say you go to Chicago and you don't take any video or do anything. Instead of telling you I'm mad when I'm mad, I'll tell you I'm mad after I was mad because
After
I'm
you
not
cool
because
off a
I'm
little
not
bit.
mad anymore, but I'm disappointed.
See, it's like a teacher being
But
like,
then
shame,
sometimes you
piss,
just
piss.
go out there and you surprise me, and you do something awesome. So
What can I say,
we
man?
dove into
I
that
don't
one.
know. I
We
don't
dove
know.
into that. Yeah, we're people though. We're absolutely people.
We spend a lot of time together, maybe not together, but we talk every day. It's a lot, and we manage it, and we still get along.
You
You're
do a
still
really
my
good
best
job
friend.
keeping your cool though when I get frustrated with like technical stuff and it's not working. And you do a good job like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Oh no, it's good.
Well,
Take your time.
It's only because I don't know any better, and I don't know how to fix it either. So let it be my ignorance.
All right, so this is the last question. We got the last question coming up. You ready?
Oh dang! All right, sure.
If you saw or if you suspected someone cutting corners in a loop format race, what would you do?
Oh God, that would piss me off so bad. That is one thing I am not cool with, and it is cheating in a race. God. See, this is like a ethical dilemma.
How big is
Like,
the race? Like,
if you're
it's
going, especially if
or
you're going
loop
to
style,
win
so
like
that can't be the
prize
marathon.
money, or if you're going to BQ and you don't actually earn it, that's really going to grind my gears.
Mm.
I feel like ethically I would have to say something.
Okay, so what I know about this question is it came from someone who runs ADU. So I'm just going to pretend it's at Anchor Down. And I know Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would tell Jason.
I would have to.
If
That's
it's-
not cool. That is not a cool thing
Right.
to do.
If it's a huge race with so many people and I don't know enough about it or about the course or about who runs it or about the person who I suspect is cheating,
Yep.
I think depending, like if it's a hundreds of runners, let's just say it was, my God, I don't know. Let's just say it was let's just say it was the NH10 miler.
Mm-hmm.
So many runners, I think it doesn't matter. I think if someone cheated to win and win money, I think maybe like
See,
someone
that's really the point. But if you're going to, I
Well,
don't know. If you
you
are
know what?
intentionally
Like we saw people
deceptive,
cheating. We saw people cheating at Reach the Beach. You remember
and
that?
that still freaking bothers me.
Someone couldn't do the 8 miles. They got in the van. They drove the van a couple more miles and dropped the lady off with half a mile to go. And we saw it. We didn't do anything because it was 70 miles into a 100-mile race. And
it really, really bothers me when people do stuff like that. But I don't know. I guess
they weren't
if it's
competing for the win. They were just trying to get
And I get like
to bed,
in
I
something
guess.
like that, it sucks too because you might not be able to finish the entire race if you don't like skip a leg. And
right. Yeah.
like the bylines even say like, or the bylaws even say that yes, you can like bunny hop or whatever they call it and skip a segment, but 2 people have to run the next one kind of thing. And there's ways, but if you're intentionally doing it, like cutting a course to cheat, that's when I get really mad. But if you're in 100-mile race and you're like delusional and falling asleep on your feet and you accidentally take a wrong turn, I don't know. That's a different story. I feel like if you say, "Oh, I made a mistake," and go like, "Hey, this lap won't count" or something, or backtrack to where you fucked up, like that's it all depends. And I'm very passionate about this.
All right. Last question. I just thought of this.
Oh, okay.
All right. This one's for you. If you could have one or the other, I will never it's not me being, I'm just being funny. I'm teasing you when I say these things. But if you could have one or the other where I'll never tease you about it again, would you rather have it be when will he put a ring on it or Erika works at a sperm bank?
So wait, I have to pick which one to keep going with?
Which one I'll never repeat again?
Probably the marriage one. I don't give a shit if people think I work at a sperm bank. I don't know. It's the marriage thing that's a little like of a soft spot.
But I think you should give me some credit. I only do it in a fun, joking matter when I think there's other people, and these people aren't your parents, but other people who are a little more like, they give you a harder time about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do it lightheartedly, and maybe others are just like,
you are definitely the lighthearted one, but I get it from a lot of people, and like half the time I'm just like, stop. It gets old.
All right.
But
so
hey,
the last time you'll ever hear
call
from
it a
me was
sperm
on the intro.
That's true.
But if anybody wants to know anything about if you're having trouble conceiving, if you're having trouble, or if you need like an extra $50 once a week and you got great
Call
genes,
me and I'll Google it for you, and
call
I'll find
Erika,
you some.
show up to her work. It's like $50 every time. You could make a lot of money there. Like if you got some bills to pay, Erika works at a sperm bank.
You're trying to send my company business. That's great. Sure.
Hey, that was fun.
I wish I could think of like a last minute.
I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second to think about it, but I just want to say that was fun. I don't think this is something we'll do consistently. Maybe once a year. That will be a lot of fun. Or when something happens, like I have to go to a destination wedding and I'm going to miss 2 episodes. Like let's do some things early, a Q&A. I know some people do like monthly Q&As and stuff. But I love that we got 27 questions. Thank you everyone who submitted a question. Some of you submitted multiple, but I would love.
Guys did. You knocked it out of the park.
We'll try this again in the next 12 months and see how that goes. I love the creativity. Like that was awesome. Like, you have the basic running ones, but have you ever played the game Guess a Fart? Or
they know us so well.
Or if you could have a lifetime supply of anything, what would it be? Great creative questions. And then some good ones like, what does the pod fam need to do to help you achieve your dream? That was a great, like we dove into that one too. And that's follow us, share us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, talk about us in a positive light. If you think, like, I'm not saying don't oversaturate it to people or to an audience who this isn't their niche, but if you find the right person, that's it. Support us if we get a partner and when we get partnerships, and we are going for partnerships, not sponsorships. We want partnerships. But when those happen and they have a deal, buy their product, use the code, because the code will tell them you bought it from us, and tell them you heard. If you buy shoes from Relay Goods, they're not a partner with us yet, but they're friends of ours. But if you buy shoes from Relay Goods, tell them you found them from the podcast.
That would be awesome.
Is how you can help and support us. So
absolutely.
That would
and
be
we
amazing.
Really appreciate that question. Like that is just really sweet, and it shows that you think of us, and we wouldn't be here without all the supporters. So thank you.
Yeah. So
but, hey, I thought of one more question for you before we let you go and go on this fabulous vacation. But what are you looking forward to most on this vacation of yours to Cancun? I don't know. Can you even call it a vacation? It's a celebration, a wedding celebration.
What am I looking forward to most? As much as I say I love winter and I love the snow, and that's here, and it's just been amazing. And the snow is like the skiing is absolutely legit right now, the best of the year, and I'm missing out on that. As much as I say that, the weather for Mexico is like 83 degrees and sunny every day.
I wish it was 83 degrees here.
No
rain. We're getting like a 50-degree day next week. Hell yes.
Good for you. But I'll be in maybe 80s. No rain. It says no rain. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Some vitamin D.
Yes.
That's what the sun gives you, not the other vitamin D. Get that out of your head, Dave Sweeney. The sun and the warmth.
Amazing.
Shorts and sandals. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Beautiful.
So I got to do a speech. I got to figure it out. I already used some of my lines on the other one, this speech that I was put on the spot for when they already got married.
Well, hey, huge congratulations to you, Hannah and Mike. I hope your wedding is as wonderful as the two of you are. I hope it's just everything you guys want it to be.
Yeah, hey, and a lot of exciting stuff coming up, guys. We have March Madness, which actually that's the homework. I got to send you the bracket, and you
Yeah.
and Lindsay and Tara are going to fill it out while I'm gone. So we'll do
Yes,
March
you got
Madness
it.
when I'm back. We also have Boston Weeks coming up. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to record all those or the rest of them when I'm back. Don't forget, in the show notes, you can go in there and you can donate towards my New York City Marathon fundraiser for Team Force, as it's a national nonprofit organization devoted to improving the lives and individuals for families facing hereditary breast, ovarian, prostate, all these cancer, basically, all of them. And we are going to have some guests after Boston Weeks who are going to tell us a lot about Team Force, some advocates and some people who work for Team
Awesome.
Force. Also, the link to Erika's fundraiser is in there. I looked at it the other day. You're already over $4,000. So you've doubled your goal. But
I have,
it is there
yes.
for the American
Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
That's right. That's right. So thank you so much to everyone who's done that. Jay Duncan, thank you for donating to my fundraiser. I will give a shout out to anyone on the podcast who donates $50 or more to my fundraiser. And
I'm chopped liver, apparently.
if somebody donates $100 to the first person, I'll send you a t-shirt. But we are going to have a lot of fun fundraising events coming up. Yoga nights are starting in Londonderry. They're going to be the second Monday of every month now throughout the summer. So the first one is the 10th. So there'll be some yoga, and there'll be, I think, a cornhole tournament and some other fun things. So yeah,
Very
there'll be
cool.
other ways. We're going to do events. It's not just give me all your money, but help me reach my goal, because I'm very scared of fundraising, and that's probably what holds me back from Boston.
Just got to get it out there, man. Just keep talking about it and sharing, and you'll get there. You'll
After
absolutely get
Boston
there.
Weeks, we're going to go hard. We're going to go hard after Boston Weeks. But that was fun. Thanks for doing it. I'm a little worried because my voice, am I getting sick right before Mexico? I really hope not. So I'm going to go and take some more vitamin C, some zinc.
Perfect.
I'm going to get some
some
good
rest.
rest. Yes. So, but guys, I love you. Thank you so much for supporting this podcast. Thank you for listening to us babble on about all this. I'll tell you what. I'm going to put this on our Patreon page early, a whole week early for our Patrons.
That's
and I
fun.
do
Perfect.
stuff like that for the Patrons. We have 13 of you in there. They all pay $4 or $9, but that's another way you can support. Jump on Patreon, support us there, become a friend of the pod or a lover of the pod. Apparently, you can do your own random custom donation. We have Ron Kuzmar giving us $5, so he picked his own.
He's in the middle. He's in a league of his own. Thanks,
Right.
Ron.
He's in a league of his own. But that's it. Erika, I will talk to you next week, but really in a few weeks. Have a great time without me. Stay warm. Get out of the hibernation.
I'll try. It's so cold. It's going to be 40 degrees tomorrow while talking Sunday, and I might actually go outside for my run.
Well, I'll send you pictures of me in the 83 degrees in sun in Cancun.
And I will be very jealous.
But all right. That was fun, Erika. Take us home, girl.
Thank you guys for submitting all those questions, and thank you for listening. You know we love you.
Don't fear the code brown.
And don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1.
Yo.